there are some very simple techniques that you can do to get rid of stress that gets stuck in very common areas of the body, so the head, neck, the face, even shoulders, that affects the breathing and our efficiency in working and our ability to perform on a day-to-day basis. The first technique that we're going to do is for the neck. So I want you to check your range of, so we'll do a before and an after. So check your range of motion, look from side to side, above, below, diagonally, all the possible ranges of motion. Now what we'll do is interlace your fingers behind the head. Alright, place it behind the head, look straight, you can smile. And now we will simply move the eyes, we'll go a little Bollywood. So look up, down, up, down, up, down, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now we'll do 3 clockwise rotations and 3 anti-clockwise rotations. And now take a deep breath in from your nose, breathe out of your mouth. Once again, breathe in from your nose, breathe out of your mouth. Now we'll make the humming sound. Breathe in. And relax. Now check the movement of your neck. Any change? So what is stress? Stress is basically an overwhelm for the body and the mind, where the body goes, that's it, I can't take this anymore. And contrary to popular belief, stress doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be because of a big pandemic or because of a catastrophe or a big trauma or a big loss in life. Stress can be due to small little things that build over a period of time. It's like bottling up, all right? So stress could be you not being able to sleep for a few nights because of dogs barking at night, a maid not coming on time, a colleague who's backstabbing you, a friend who wouldn't pick their phone calls, or difficulty at work. Stress could also be not being able to find enough time for yourself during the day. So stress is basically a culmination of layering of small little things which reach an extent where the body can't handle it anymore. And there's a very beautiful scientific aspect to it. Now before that, let's do another technique, okay? So all of us have been spending a lot of screen time. There's been a lot of strain that has been coming on the eyes. So again, we'll do a before and an after. So look around you, look at the colors, open and close your eyes, open and close your eyes, look here and there. Okay, now you know how your eyes are doing. So now let's do a technique. So what we're going to do simply is place one palm covering the eyes and the other palm at the back of the head. We're doing this because we perceive visually from the eyes, but the image is formed at the back of the head. The visual center, the visual cortex in the brain is at the back of the head. So we're going to acknowledge the whole pathway from here till there, and let's see what happens when we work with it. Okay, so one palm covering the eyes, the other palm at the back of the head. All right, now what we're going to do is we're simply going to blink our eyes. So palm covering the eyes, blink your eyes very quickly, go as fast as you can. Imagine your eyelids are like the blades of a helicopter. So go blink, 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 blink. Now medium paced, and now very slowly and gently. Once again, blink very fast, a medium pace, and now very gently, very slowly. Once again, blink very fast. You may feel something happening at the back of your head, it's okay. Blink at a medium pace, and now blink very slowly and very gently. Relax your arms, keeping your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in from your nose. Breathe out of your mouth. And we'll make the humming sound. Breathe in. And very gently open your eyes. How are you feeling? So look around you, open and close your eyes. How are you feeling? Look at the colors, the vibrance of the colors around you, above you. More importantly, how is the mind? Quite. It's amazing, isn't it? You know, people don't even realize the amount of stiffness or the stress that they're carrying in the body. And there's a story to it. So I'm going to tell you a story. Imagine you're a deer in the jungle and you're happily grazing grass with all your friends. And there's a group of you who are grazing grass. And suddenly there is a breeze and you smell the presence of a tiger, of a predator. So what happens? The nervous system becomes very alert. Whenever we know we are in a situation that is not safe, we become very alert. So what happens? This is when the tiger pounces and you run for your life. The animals bolt. So the first response of the nervous system to a stressful situation is flight. Okay, translate this to a real life situation. You go to a party that your friend has invited you to and you see somebody you don't like. The first response would be to get away from that place. You want to go away from there as soon as possible. Now let's go back to the deer. So there are two possibilities to this situation. So the deer is running for its life. Either it is going to help it get away from the tiger, which is resolution, or it may get caught by the tiger. So if the deer continues to be in the space of threat and the space of continues to be in a space of threat, the second response of the nervous system kicks in, which is the fight response. So this is the second response, which is fight. Now translate this to the same real life situation again. You go to a party, you see somebody whom you don't like, who's given you a difficult time in life. The first response is to get out of there. You want to leave the place. Considering now hypothetically you are not able to leave, you can't leave, you're stuck in a place, maybe you're stuck with that person in an elevator, or it's very odd that you leave and you really can't leave. Now the fight response in humans in today's time would either be a confrontation or lack of communication, a cold war or no communication, or a confrontation saying how could you do this to me. So this is a fight response. Back to the jungle. When the deer tries to fight its way out of the tiger, again there are two possibilities. First, if the tiger is really young, is a cub, the deer can get away from it. Okay, or if the tiger is really old, again the deer can get away from it, which is again resolution. But if the deer can't get away, the nervous system now switches to the other extreme, which is a freeze response. A freeze response is when you're stuck. You don't know what to do in the situation, you're just stuck and you become numb. There is a numbing sensation that comes throughout the body. Now this serves two purposes. Either the tiger will not eat the deer thinking it is dead, because the body literally switches off. So thinking it is dead meat, and hunting animals don't eat dead meat. So there's a possibility that the deer will survive, it will not be eaten, and a few minutes later the body will reboot itself, the deer will shake itself and get on with life. Or if the deer unfortunately is eaten by the tiger, it will not feel the pain. If somebody who's given you a lot of trouble came from a place of authority, then the response would be to freeze, where you know that you can neither fight nor run away. There will be a freeze that will happen. And when this happens, there is typically a sensation of numbness that comes in. People who have undergone chronic trauma, or people who've been in a situation that they can't get away from or they can't fight, there is a tendency to shut off. There is no eye contact, the voice becomes very monotone, just the way I'm talking to you right now. Or there is a complete numbing where you think they are listening to you, but they've actually not. And a lot of times, this is the beginning phase of depression also. Okay, so the fight flight response of the nervous system is called the sympathetic nervous system, and the freeze response is called the parasympathetic nervous system. I'm asked this question a lot of times. Sure, their stress, when we survive their stress, what is the solution to it? The solution is very simple. You increase your reservoir of health. If you look at health as a currency, how do you use it? How do we use regular currency? If you increase the amount of currency you have, you can spend more. Similarly, if we build up on our reservoirs of health that is inside the body, our ability to deal with stress improves a lot. So, how do you deal with stress? Stress will remain the same. You just increase the amount of health that you carry in your body. So, circulation, lymphatic drainage, digestion, sleep, state of the mind, decision making capabilities, eye contact, communication, connection with the environment, all of these are dependent on a nervous system that is regulated and which is neither in the sympathetic nor in the parasympathetic aspect. My name is Dr. Spandan Katti and I'm an osteopath. I have been in alternative medicine for the past 14 years of my life, and this is the goal of my work. The goal of my work is to work with the nervous system. I address both the body and the mind and help the nervous system to regulate itself in a way that the person can respond to a situation instead of reacting it. Now, because of the lockdown, I have designed a workshop called the Aatmanirbhar Swasthya. Aatmanirbhar means self-reliance. Today, the world needs to become self reliant in health because of the lockdown and because of restriction. A lot of people are facing stress in the mind, which is translating into stress into the body, which leads to aches, pains, sleep disorders, digestion issues, all of that. And a few simple techniques like the ones you did before can really help the nervous system to regulate. So not only are these techniques helping you address the pain and stiffness right now, they're also helping you to prevent further occurrence of stiffness and pain. If you're interested to know more about the Aatmanirbhar workshop, you can click on the link that's on the screen. And let's work towards creating a self-reliant world where people can take care of themselves and don't have to necessarily depend on medication for small little aches and pains, and also take care of the elders who right now are in the high risk group.